stand.
Why don't we sit together?
Ooh, oh.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I almost tripped on my own skirt. Is this thing on? Oh yeah, it is. Now are we too close to you? Is this okay? Better.
This is nice. Right. No, this is. So to the dozen in attendance and the millions online. We only say the millions online where we need a minion. And then we're like, oh, I'm sure there are 10 people watching this online. Yeah, oh my gosh. So anyway, we are going to begin with Shalom Aleichem on page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei
Noranana, page 11.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai, nari aletzur yishenu, nekadma fanav b'todah, bizmirot nari alo, nekadma Bizmirot nari alo, ki el gadol Adonai, umelech gadol al kol Elohim, asher beyado mechkerei aretz, v'toachot harim lo, asher V'toachot harim lo, asher lo yamiu asau v'yebeshet lo yatzau v'bo nishtacha v'nechlamu. Arba'im shana akut b'dor va'omanam to'e levavhem v'hem lo yadu derachai Asher nishbati be'api im yevo'un el menuchati.
Page 13.
Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruch hu shemo, basru miyom liyom shuato. Od ve'adar levana 14 at the red arrow, or some people call it a caret. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. אוי יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו, 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 ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי יער, לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, ועמים באמונתו.
As we continue with Kabbalat Shabbat, it's nice to sing. It's nice to sing. We've never done this before. I like this too. This is very kind of
Well,
cool.
you know, at Narana, I sit a lot, and it's easier to play guitar. No, the whole band sits, and then we stand up, or most of us stand up when we're supposed to stand up.
Most of you.
Yeah, there are a couple people who are playing. It's hard for I'm their proxy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so thinking just about this past week, this is a nice little, this is like what Shabbat's supposed to do. It's supposed to lift your spirits, right? So we were, I was like in a set of like finance meetings this afternoon, from like one financial discussion to another, and so it's nice to kind of separate from that and take a financial accounting of the soul. Anyway, does anyone want to share something nice that happened to them this week? A highlight of the week. Something nice that they either participated in or observed or made them feel good this past week.
How about for next week?
Sure. We're not so. We're like spirit of the law. You're anticipating something nice.
This coming Sunday.
Here, wait a minute. This is for the people out in live stream land.
I see. Hello,
Very fancy.
people. Shabbat Shalom. So I'm Yair Katzir, this is my wife Debbie, and this coming Sunday we are going to celebrate 50 years of marriage.
Mazal tov. Wow.
So you've got plans. I hope you're not like you've got something planned here. The whole month is full of plans.
We've done some, went through some, gave it to my daughter, and we stayed.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I know exactly what they're doing to celebrate their 50th anniversary. They're going to come here right now to shul. They're
To
here
shul.
tonight.
They're gonna sing
This is
about-
celebrating their 50th
Right.
anniversary.
They're going to sing about the Shabbat bride.
That's it.
I think you're the Shabbat bride for today. Anyone else want to share a highlight of the week? A highlight of the week. Rafi, did anything nice happen to you this week?
Well, this week I didn't have a coach for my work this whole week because he had things to do, but it happened. Yeah. But if I didn't have to go to San Diego last weekend, I would have gone to the Citadel and Beverly Hills. Okay. You did go to San Diego. So, yeah, you go to San Diego.
Your sister? Oh, the whole family took a photo shoot.
Robin, why shoot San Diego? You didn't like the traffic.
That's true. I don't like the traffic either, but right, that's okay. We'll tell her hello. It's nice to Tali, right? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, anyone else want to share a highlight of this past week? Okay, Carmi, here we go.
Yesterday was my birthday, so I was celebrating with, I was with my husband all day, but then at night we had dinner with Jesse and Jesse's girlfriend. And Rafi also wished me a happy birthday.
Yeah, Rafi makes us all look bad at the birthdays. It's a hard standard. So that's one. And just speaking of Carmi here, just to save the day, if we're ready to celebrate Carmi, we might as well start raising some money here. On April 26th, Carmi is going to be honored by Hillel, and so a well-deserved honor. And so I hope that you'll all join our community. Join me. I guess I just RSVP'd. I'm coming back from Israel at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll have brunch with in honor of Carmi later that morning. So anyway, it's going to be a pleasure to celebrate with you and to honor your tremendous commitment, not only to Hillel, but to the wider Jewish community. So that'll be really lovely. Okay. Oh, yes. Rafi. Eitan. The highlight of my week is not wearing a suit. So, Eitan, no suit. No suit.
So actually, speaking of birthdays, this past, last weekend we celebrated my dad's 70th. So, yeah, it was very nice to have a big family gathering. And yeah, so that was really good. Yeah.
So nice things to celebrate. Do you have any? You're good.
This morning was Finn's special Shabbat at the ECC.
He did.
That was fun.
Yeah. Great. And good things, B'Sha'at Tova. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we are, where are we? I don't even know
Page
where we are.
15.
Here we are. Okay, page 15.
Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechu yim rabim. Four lines up from the bottom of the page on 16, Or Zarua. Or Zarua la tzadik, ule yishre lev simcha. Zarua la tzadik, ule yishre lev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai, vehodu lezecher kodsho. Yanai yalai, yalalai lai lai, yalalai lai 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 lai, yalai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai.
L'chadodi, page 23.
No, it's all right. Yai lai lai nai 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 nai. Yai lai 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 nai 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 nai. Yai nai 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 nai. Lai 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 nai 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 nai. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmiyanu elam yuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem u'tiferet ve'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi פני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך הפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קורבה אל נפשי גאה לה, הולך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר עתילה, לך לך דודי לקראת כלה. Page 25. והיו למשי שושייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בן פלצי ונשמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה. Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. Pene Shabbat nekabela. Page 27. Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עשור ועלינה ועלי. צדיק אתה אמר יפרח כירס בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתה בו.
And as we transition from Kabbalat Shabbat to Mariv, we're going to ask the Katzirs to lead us in the bracha over the candles. Is a celebration of your 50th wedding anniversary here. So we'll ask everyone to please rise.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
We'll ask everyone to remain standing for the Baruch Hu on page 39.
39A.
39A, it will be. We can all be seated for the first bracha before the Shema.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים.
Page 40, Ahavat Olam.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Nishma, page 41.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, והיין שבוע תשכחו מתותיך שלכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת ואמונה כזו קיים עלינו, כי אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל לא פנים מלאכים מגינים לנו. יוצא את המצור מתוך המלאכים. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכהנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה זה אלינו, ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, כי על שמנו מצילנו אתה. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום, מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו, עלינו, 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 ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל שבס לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש ביום השביעי. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, וילמד דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם וליומי יומיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא שמי רבה ויאמר דברה קירותי ויאמר בחיי חונו וימחונו חי תוכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ימרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתברך ויתרומם מן הסי ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בימה וימרו אמן תתקבל צלותון ובאותון דכל ישראל קודם אבוהון דבשמיא וימרו אמן יהי שלום רבה מן שמיא וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן עושה שלום בברמיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל וימרו
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So the Academy Award nominations went out this past week, right? How many movies did most of you catch on the list? You had like one. 0, okay. 0. You got 2, not bad. All right, so I had 1. And so we have some movie watching or not to catch up with. But it struck me that this week's Torah portion has, at least in my estimation, 2 places that are decidedly un-Hollywood, un-Academy Award-like in the narrative that I could imagine, in the old days, Siskel and Ebert maybe giving it a thumbs down for not conforming to kind of like the regular norms of storytelling. And that is, and so I'm curious as to why you may find that the Torah flows in this direction. So we're in the middle of the Exodus narrative, and things are really cooking and getting good, right? Like it's almost at the climax of the confrontation between Moses and the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh is reticent, obviously, to let the people go, and Moses keeps pressing the moment. The ultimate plague is announced, and then we start talking about the calendar, right? So God says to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, "This month shall mark for you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first of the months of the year for you." So my question is, why is perhaps the most compelling narrative, the Academy Award-winning narrative, so to speak, interrupted to talk about the calendar? Why would you think? It's what's a? Oh, a public service announcement. I actually think you're onto something there. Yeah. Yeah. It's a public service announcement.
Using your analogy of I'm going to go to television versus movies.
Go for it. Yeah.
Using your
I've seen none of those either. Using it. Yeah. Cantor watches.
It's the climax, and then what happens?
Right.
Television stops, and you have something
Right.
that the advertisers have.
Right. Actually, in biblical literature, the oh my gosh, what's the name? Genealogies serve in that function. Not right at the climax of a scene, but often after a very sort of gripping narrative, the narrative will the text will switch to a genealogy. And so when you see a genealogy, it's almost like they're announcing like it's a bathroom break, right? Or like just like a catch your breath. Like, okay, so that's good. So public service announcement. Any other thoughts about it? About why the calendar? Okay, why not? An argument about. So Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch, who was one of the greatest rabbis, modern Orthodox rabbis of the last century, draws this distinction that what delineates free people from slaves is the ability to to have agency over your own time, right? That when you can control your own time, you are truly a free person. And if you think about people who feel tethered to their desks at work, or who feel overburdened by our responsibilities, in some way they feel like they are slaves. And in a certain way they are correct. But the ability to delineate and distinguish and spend time the way that you wish is an ultimate expression of freedom, according to Rabbi Hirsch. So I thought that was a nice teaching. The second interruption is a little further on. So the encounter happens, it's all clear that this is not going to go well with the Pharaoh, but we're still waiting for the 10th plague to strike. The 10th plague has not yet occurred, and so we're not sure, to Becky's point before, like we're really not sure what the outcome is going to be here. And so right before the 10th plague, anyone know what interruption I'm talking about? Because we mark that interruption every year. It's the instructions for the Passover Seder. The instructions for the Passover Seder, where God says that your banim will say to you, Maha avodah hazot lachem. What does this, what do you mean by this right? And you shall say, it is the, that v'amartem zevech pesach hu la'Adonai asher pasach al b'tei b'nei Yisrael b'Mitzrayim. Right? Like, it's a declaration, like, what is all this going on? So God is saying, have a ritual, and have a ritual so your kids ask questions. And it's kind of interesting because nothing has happened yet. It's like the instructions to celebrate the commemoration of the freedom for the future occurs actually before the freedom itself. It's sort of like, imagine like not George Washington, he was busy, but John Hancock and friends, before the Declaration of the Independence, saying like, how are we going to celebrate July 4th in the future, before they actually write the Declaration of Independence, before the independence has actually occurred. And so that's what happens here. There is an interruption in the narrative before the people are delivered. God gives the instructions for how the deliverance will be marked in future generations, with specific reference to the children. Any thoughts about that, Manny? Go ahead. Right. So there is definitely this. So what do you think that like? What do you think? What do you think is going on there? Good. Okay. Great. Great. Any other thoughts about why this instruction in particular is the instruction with which the public service announcement is delivered? Like, this is, why would you think this particular instruction shall be, really the how to ushmartem et hadavar hazeh lechok lecha levanecha ad olam, that this should be an institution for all time, for you and for your descendants, and then observe this ritual. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So I've been thinking about that. Yeah, along those lines. And look, I don't have a monopoly. Did you want to say something, Rafi? No. The miracle of the moment is almost profane if it just stays in that moment, right? Or like if you don't understand that, or it just becomes forgotten news, right? But the insistence and this sort of dovetails with what Manny was saying before, that in order to really sort of sanctify what's happening in the present, you have to believe that there will be a future, right? And then, and I told us, you were there for the preschool story this morning, about like the importance of telling stories, because stories shape our identities, right? Like, you know, it is intentional now that we sing Hatikva with our kids a lot, because I'm scared about what's going on out there. And so I want them to remember that this is something that occurs. Like, we want stories and experiences to shape their identities. And so there is this idea that, look, like, you can't just say, like, it happened and then hope that what happened will be communicated, but you have to, in order for the present to retain its import, you have to believe in the future, and you have to invest in the future, and you have to talk about what happened, and you have to, I mean, that's why it was so important for what, you know, Holocaust survivors were bravely able to do after, you know, unspeakable suffering, to tell the story in a few weeks.
That's why I've been talking to people about why. Some people have said, I really know what happened on October 7th, but it's important to hear this guy's story who's coming here on Thursday night, Omer Wankert, because we have to hear his story. We have to hear everybody's stories. We have to show him that his story is important. We have to support him in that way. And I've been having this conversation a lot with people. So yeah, the stories are very, very important.
And then in some ways, if we don't place an import on that, like the over 500 days that this young man spent in captivity, even if we were all galvanized together and sort of like moving for his freedom, does it in some way, like, if we don't want to hear his story, if we all conveniently say it's too much, I'd rather sit at home and watch Netflix, like, does that in some way diminish what happened? And I think the Torah is saying something very clear, that it does. That it's important to, it's important to the way that we demonstrate that it is truly everlasting in its importance is by assuring that the stories are told. And so thank you for tying that into Thursday evening, and every night and every year during Passover, and also like in our own family, in our own lives, they tell our stories. It's important. Okay, with that, I will conclude this this movie critique of our parsha, and we'll continue with the Kiddush, and the Kiddush can be found on page 55. Would anyone like to lead Kiddush this evening? Anyone want to lead the Kiddush? No. I will ask everyone, though, if you're able to please rise. No, I didn't see any volunteers, but I could have missed them. No?
All right, here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu bacharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat
Page 56, Aline.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, הם מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים השמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. אלוקינו קבל לך כי המלכות שלך היא ולעולמי תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
In love, we recall those who no longer walk this earth, and we are grateful to God for the gift of their lives and for the cherished memories that never fade. This week, we, as a community, mourn the passing of Bob Smith, the brother of Joe Carol Oberstein, and we continue to observe the Shloshim, the 30 days since the passing of Marvin Shotland, Sylvia Bash, and Jordy Rachel Glassner. This coming week, we'll observe the yahrzeit of Alan Block, Milton Cohen, Al Dorman, Susan Freeman, Firma Isaacs, Judith Leland, Jack Melnick, Abby Myers, Renee Osman, Harry Phillips, Rose Siegel, David Behrman, Bernard Liu, Linda Randall, Henry Reichemer, Max Sugar, Bruce J. Weinstock, Anita Wolfson, Amelia Aftergut, Henry Bloom, Maxine Fairman, Neil Hoffman, Gladys Cabot, Joseph Levine, Julius Schlesinger, Leslie Stein, Esther Sudikin, Ralph Turner, Sally Ann Weiner, Norman Besson, Sophia Feinberg, William Gersh, Peter Gluck, Molly Grunau, Celia Littenberg, Ethel Mann, Anna Nathanson, Harry Bischoff, Arthur Bressler, Harold Fassberg, Lillian Fink, Elizabeth Eisenstark, Leon Levy, Herbert Nagel, Judith Knoll, Jeanette Shapiro, Rose Chapoff, Dr. Jack Fields, Eleanor Fisher, Harris Gunchus, Samuel Lane, Rose Raymond, Ruchla Wilder, Rachel Gandel, Anna Goldenberg, Gilbert Morris, and Irv Rubin. Karen, did we mention your daughter's name? Abby Myers. Do you want to say, do you want to share? Do you want to say something?
My niece, Abby Myers, we were all devastated by her loss, and it's been 2 years, and she left behind a beautiful son, 11-year-old Caleb, and her husband, Adam, and my sister and brother-in-law, Steve and Karen, and Rachel, one of her best friends, and we just miss her every day. Yes.
Did I miss anyone else who's thinking of someone that they lost? No? Okay. So we'll invite those of you who are in mourning or observing a yard site to please rise for mourner's Kaddish. And mourner's Kaddish is on page 58. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah bi'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'yizman kari v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach l'olam omei maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudisha b'richu, le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yoshetei v'al v'imru. Amen. And especially to you always say, Hamakom Yinachem. May God continue to provide you comfort amongst the mourners of Zion in Jerusalem. And may that comfort be felt in the memories of your daughter and your niece. Okay. Before we conclude for the evening, we'll conclude with Hatikva. I just want to remind everyone, and thank you for the cantor for that important announcement about the Omer Wenker presentation on Thursday evening. I think it's at 7 o'clock. And so there's tickets still available. It's going to be very busy here that night. I think it's going to be very busy here. So if you haven't yet bought tickets, please do buy tickets. And if there's someone that you know that's having a problem with the price point, let us know. We'll be happy to help out with that. But it is, as the cantor really beautifully pointed out, I really appreciate that it's an important evening. And we all need to tell the story of what happened to our people on October 7th and beyond. So thank you. And hopefully you'll all be able to come. And then shortly thereafter, we have our annual Super Bowl Shabbat. So, Rachel, you didn't know this. With 50% certainty, I'm going to tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl. Those are good odds, right? Exactly. But mine will be infused with nourishkeit from the Torah.
I thought you were going to say nourishment.
The nourishment comes after the nourishkeit. So I give like a fun Super Bowl prediction, or at least I think it's fun. But so basically, I ask my son who he wants to win the game, and then I go over and kind of like. So Jesse's gonna help me write it this year. He said, "Okay, yeah." Anyway, so and then we're doing the chili cook-off. We had like over 20 entries. You eat chili, Mel? Are you raising your hand to volunteer? On Thursday evening. Yeah, so come early on Thursday. We're going to send out a specific email to people before for everyone who's RSVP. So if you come Thursday, come early to alleviate the pressure on the security force who's there, just to make sure that everyone is safe. And then the chili cook-off, you can come early too. And the Naranana band will be playing. There'll be
The service.
There'll be Naranana.
Super Bowl Shabbat, Erev Shabbat, with the service infused with who knows what, aside from Naranana playing.
That's right.
Look.
There'll be.
And whatever else you decide to add in.
And then you can add in. Are you going to cook chili for us this year? Not going to do that. Either am I, and that's to everyone's benefit. But we'll sponsor. Can I hit you up from your discretionary fund? Well, yeah, okay. We'll sponsor the Andres house chili, which is probably a good way of. That's where I should be. Okay. Anyway, and there's lots of other things. I'm doing for those of you, I'm doing a reading with the rabbi a series of books on confronting anti-Zionism. So we will be reading two avowed anti-Zionists from two very different perspectives. And one, I think we're beginning with Edward Said, the late academic from Columbia University. And we'll be reading his work, and then we will be reading a book that sort of defends the idea that Israel is not a settler colonial nation by Adam Kirsch, which is called On Settler Colonialism. And then finally, we'll be reading, and I'm still in the middle of it, Peter Beinart's book on being Jewish after Gaza, which is just a terrible, I mean, it's just infuriating. I can't read it at night because I get all riled up. But anyway, it's important to encounter, these works so that we have, that when we hear them in the public forum, that we're not sort of taken off guard. So anyway, that's the motivation behind this seminar. And you want to say something?
And there are two other classes that are starting this coming week. On Monday evening at 6 o'clock, I am going to be teaching a tefillah class. So if you are interested in learning how to lead the Friday evening service, or if you don't want to lead, but you want to just sit and become more comfortable with it and in participating, come to the class on Monday, 6 p.m., starting this coming Monday, 6 p.m. in the Wynn Meeting Room. On Tuesday at 5 o'clock, Rachel Freed is going to be teaching a Torah trope class. So if you want to learn how to read Torah or refine your skills, there's going to be a group of people coming to that class, I think, who already know what trope is and know how to read, but they just haven't done it in so long they need a refresher. So both of those aspects of learning Torah trope will be happening on Tuesday. So those two classes start this week.
And then last, unless anyone else has anything else, we want to thank David Kaminer for being here this evening, and thank the Cantor for a beautiful tefillah, for a beautiful service. And we want to thank all of you for being here as well. We want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, and then Shachar begins at 9:30. There's JLC Shabbat. It should be a fun morning as well. Okay, we'll see everyone. Please rise for Hatikva.
Shabbat Shalom.